just went through the hiring process with two different companies for similar positions, instructional design. And they weren't too concerned about like the bright, shiny thing that was in my portfolio. What they wanted to see was my process. Like, how do I figure out the right learning solution to a problem? How do I communicate and collaborate with people? And how would I fit on their team? Right? Okay. So that's what they wanted to see, which I think a lot of people, when they build their portfolios, they got to have the big shiny thing that, looks good. I mean, that's nice, but they were more interested in seeing like, how do I uncover that? Like, you pull back the layers on that onion.
Evan, how can you build a portfolio that gets you noticed?
Oh man.
And so you can back them up.
I think the first thing is there's no reason to ever reinvent the wheel. I think that the ID's greatest skill is we don't reinvent anything. Like, why would I ever go out and make a brand new website template when some other dude that I stole mine from got a job? I encourage everyone on here, go to evanpressman.net. I don't care. Go steal everything I've ever done. What, I'm not in the job market, so I can hurt my feelings. And the same thing goes with coursework, right? If I'm going to make a course, I'll save every template that I got and I'll make sure I steal everything. It's how we do it, right? So that's the first thing is if you think you're going to reinvent the wheel and be successful, you could be, but as like Abe Lincoln said, if I got to chop down a tree in 8 hours, I'm going to sharpen my axe for 6. I'm going to go find every resource I can, redo it always. But go make a nice course that looks good and professional. Then you got to do a visual, which will probably be Photoshop or Adobe, right? Make some vector images, whatever it is, put that on Showcase. Audio, which I think the easy thing for audio, what I've talked about before, is like, it sounds stupid till it works. And I would just watch like, what's that show? Like Planet Earth with all the dope like animals and pictures. I just turn the audio off.
Mike's like, yeah,
I just talk. I'm like David Attenborough myself. I'm like, and there goes the gazelles. I just like turn off the volume and I do it. And
let's hear that again. Hold on. Let's hear that again.
Yeah. It's like, and then the mantis shrimp destroys this fish. And it's like, oh, this is dope. So like go edit some audio, add some audio on something. Yeah. And again, it sounds dumb until you do it. You're like, oh, this is actually pretty easy.
Teachers have all of the skills they need to become a corporate trainer. You just have to understand that you're no longer teaching kids, that you now are teaching adults. And if something takes an hour for them to truly master that skill, they do not want the 3-4 hour session. I like to always say it has to be real, has to be relevant, and it needs to be right here. And so those are my 3 R's.
So the 3 R's, yeah.
3 R's: real, relevant, and right here. And if it's not real, they don't want to hear it. If it's not relevant, they're not going to be paying attention. And if it's not right here and something that they can do right now, the screen is going to go off. They won't respond. And that's going to be a boring training.
I think the biggest issue with portfolios is everyone thinks I got to put everything on it. And that's when it gets cluttered and confusing. Like when you're on your resume, you put what, 8 to 12 experience points? That's about it.
Yeah.
You do more than 8 or 12 things in your real life and your job. You do a whole bunch of stuff, but you're highlighting your best parts. So in your portfolio, 4 to 6 really good projects, make it clean.
I don't master how to use this program. Will I still be able to be an instructional designer? But hearing what you're saying about don't reinvent the wheel, things like that, you can use all of this information. I literally just did a course on LinkedIn that was talking about a learning and development specialist that's an instructional designer. And he said the same exact thing. He said, I just pull resources from other people. Like I don't reinvent the wheel. He said, and now he has this company where he just outsourced everything. And he's just kind of like the middleman. And so, it's good to hear that. It's really good to hear that.
Yeah.
Evan.
Yeah. I would say that Evan, just pretty much nailed it. We call those templates and those things that we're using reusable learning objects, right? So you build it once, you should be able to repurpose it again for something else.
Well, do we have any projects that we're working on currently? I know, Evan, you have your resume writing service, right? I mean, this is really relevant to job seeking. So I'd like to talk about that.
So yeah, I think right now we're doing like $299 for a resume redo. We're making a 20-part course for it, and we're all IDs, so hopefully it's good. I'd assume we do a good job with that. And we have a portfolio help, a community. So it's just a small little thing to help people get through and get out of teaching.
I know that this is going to be great for the viewers of the experience. If anyone wants to reach out to Evan, I will drop the link below. Also, Michael and Ken and Annie. So thank you guys for coming on.